You see, when it comes to a joint ownership of something, I don't think over time there will be squabbles here and there. It happens in business. Like, it's so glaring in businesses. So when I read that news about Todd Boehly and Mark Walters wanting to sell their own shares, I was not surprised, especially with the Todd Boehly. And in fact, Walter as well, because Walter has issues presently. He used to be the owner of LA Lakers. I heard he just sold out rightly because he had issues with fraud and stuff like that. You know, he has a lot of financial discrepancies in his insurance firm, and so he needs to sell as much as he can in order to fight the case with the US government. And also, it's totally understandable. But for Todd Boehly, it's quite interesting because Todd Boehly, when Chelsea was put up for sale 4 going to 5 years ago, he was the face. It was Todd Boehly and Co. It was Todd Boehly and Co. That was what we were told. That was what we were sold to, And now he came in to buy Chelsea and brought others, because of course that is how most businesses, some persons might not really have the money, but then you go to maybe a capital investment firm or any kind of company, different persons with big money that can come together to own a club, a kind of a joint ownership. Do you get? Now the joint ownership, you would have different percentages according to different stakeholders, and the stakeholders or shareholders would have different percentages. But if you're looking at the percentage that Clearlake Capital has in Chelsea, they have 61.5. Those are approximately 62%. So the bulk of the decisions would always fall in their laps. Like, it is so glam because they have the money. They came with the bigger share. Todd Boehly was more like a figurehead, and there was an agreement he's going to be the figurehead or the front of the face of the face of the multi-ownership business or multi-ownership model. Do you understand? Like, the face of the ownership of Chelsea for 5 years. Then after 5 years, in 2027, he would hand over ownership, being the face and everything, to Clearlake Capital. But in the last 2 years, things have not panned out well for Todd Boehly and Eghbali, because come on, they've been having issues trying to buy out each other, stuff like that. Eghbali, obviously, they're into capital investments. They have the money. Do you understand? Clearlake is a big firm, very, very big firm. Honestly, you need to look them up. They a lot. So they are very, very high on finances and all that. Do you get? Now, for Todd Boehly, he feels he has been sidelined. He feels he doesn't have co-authority on players, on things that happen around the club. They talked about building a stadium, but nothing. There's been a stalemate regarding those decisions. Policies here and there, and now they want to sell 12.8% holdings to Clearlake. They want to sell off their respective 12.8 holdings to Clearlake. It is will it affect Chelsea's season? What happens on the pitch and off the pitch for the players? I don't think it's going to affect them, but then again, we'll see what happens. Nothing has been agreed yet. We just got that news yesterday. Nothing has been agreed. We got it from FT, yes, just yesterday, towards in the evening of yesterday. Nothing has been said, nothing has been decided yet, but a lot is going to come up. A lot, to be honest. Like I said, when you have different persons with different personalities, different mindsets coming together to buy a club or to buy any kind of business, over time there will be fallouts. Most definitely there will be fallout. This one it happens, and now somebody has 61.5. That is almost 62% out of 100. Like, he has the bulk of everything. So we'll see what happens going forward. To be honest, this is quite interesting. Clearlake Capital wants to buy everything. What does it mean for Chelsea Football Club? The fans, some of them have been having different opinions about it. Some are saying Clearlake is this, Clearlake is that. For me, Clearlake so far they've shown bite. Eghbali has shown bite. He's a no-nonsense kind of person. I remember before Xabi Alonso was appointed as manager, I read somewhere that Todd Boehly wanted Oliver Glasner. Come on. Oliver Glasner won't have the kind of pull Xabi Alonso has. It was Eghbali that said, no, we are going for Xabi Alonso. And I'm glad nobody, listened to Todd Boehly. Todd Boehly wanted, he's passive. Like, he doesn't want to take mistakes. I know he's a successful businessman, but I feel Eghbali has an edge over him. Of course, you can see what they contributed, or what they pledged, or what they placed in the club as ownership, the kind of shares they have as ownership. So buying off Walter and Todd Boehly will be quite interesting. We'll see what happens, because at the end of the day, we have Hans Jong-Wis. He doesn't. His percentage at the club is not that much. Do you understand? No, he's not really saying. He's more like a passive shareholder. The likes that will be the ones that has actually, he just like we've been saying earlier. The owner that has been on the shockwaves and everything has been Todd Boehly. He has been quiet in the last 2 years, and finally he just wants to let go. Is this going to be an embarrassing one? Because he was the one that brought up the idea to buy Chelsea, not even Clearlake. And now the party that he brought into the business wants to buy him up, and he's willing to sell, but nothing has been agreed yet. Fingers crossed, you see what happens, as the season or as the weeks progresses, and will it be, or is it going to affect Chelsea's season? For me, I don't think it's going to affect. What do you think about this breaking news? Kindly state your opinions in the comment section. I like Egbali. I know he has coconut head, but then again, I like the kind of proactiveness that he does. Like, he's a no-nonsense kind of person. I like it. Like, don't drag it. It's either you're in or you're out. That's just it. So we'll see what happens. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.